eyes that promised the most welcome harbor any voyager of the flesh could imagine. In short, I was a man of exactly 20 summers, and I lusted for her with all the blind, unreasoning youth must that hot-blooded age carries. If she had satisfied that lust, I would not be telling this story. Instead, she held me transfixed in her professional thrall with nothing more than promises. I was on a rare bit of business for my father the day I entangled myself in her net. A ship bearing goods from the west had just disgorged its cargo into one of my father's warehouses, and it was my duty to oversee the accounting. This did not mean I was to interfere with my father's excellent slave clerks. I was there as a presence of authority, as my father put it. This meant keeping the bribes allocated to the port officer, city tax collector, and evocator's tithing man to a sensible level. I had a purse of gold and silver coins to slip into greedy fingers, and had been warned that if I paid out all of it, profits from this voyage would be slim. The voyage had been long, and with much incident, including a storm that had caught and battered our ship just off the mouth of the river that nourishes our city. It was tricky business, and I was amazed at the time that he'd entrusted it to me. But my father was trying to encourage me during a time of youthful confusion. He saw merit in me that I did not see in myself. The port officer was green, but overly cautious to make up for this failing. As we went from crate to bundle to barrel to jar and toted up the value, I saw a look of craft mar his youthful eyes as he envisioned a bribe equal to a year's wages. As his appetite sharpened, my mind raced for a solution. My gaze fell on a broken bundle of fabric. I groaned, ripped it open, and let the rich cloth spill onto the dusty warehouse floor. I shouted for the ship's captain, ignoring the startled look on the port officer's face. He must have thought I'd gone mad, but the look turned to amazement when the captain arrived and I showed him the offending cloth and cursed its poor quality. "You are either a fool who has been taken by a great cheat," I berated him, "or you are that great cheat in the flesh." I swore the cloth was of substandard quality, and even a dimwit could see it would rot within a week in Orissa's moist river climate. And if this was so, what of the other goods? "Damn, Captain! Look at me when I speak!" The captain was an old hand, and caught on quickly. He moaned regret and swore ignorance. I sent him away to contemplate my father's wrath, and turned back to the port officer. His smile was weak when I apologized, and the smile grew weaker still as I expanded on that apology, slipping him a single coin for his bribe, to include the obviously diminished value of the cargo. He did not protest, but gripped the coin tightly and fled before I came to my senses and said that it was too much. The city tax collector took no thought at all. He owed my father many favors, so he was happy with a rare trinket from the west to pleasure his much younger wife. Believing myself a new master of commerce, I awaited the tithing man from the evocator's council. This was one test that I'd feared. In those days, there was great animosity between my family and the evocators. I was swaggering with thoughts of minor revenge when the wizard's arrival was announced. But the sorcerer who showed himself quickly pricked that thinly stretched silk. Prevotant was known as one of the fattest, greediest evocators in Orissa. He was notorious for both his poor skills as a wizard and his frightening talent for skinning a merchant of his purse. The moment he saw me,